on us real quick, but who knows? It seems like maybe they're just calling it something else. Yeah. They call it the expansion because they're just expanding the world, but not necessarily making you leave or not participate in those older parts of it. So, like, Washington still clearly seems to be where most of the stuff is going to go on. And then you're just, like, popping over to New York to handle this, like, one thing.
Yeah, and that New York map seemed a decent size, but I don't know how well it seemed small compared to Washington.
It's definitely smaller, yeah. But like I said, we'll see on that. It's not really clear. Maybe when God's Gift gets here, he'll tell us more about it.
He's the division master.
You've
crushed this game in the past few weeks.
I'm way further than him.
Shit out
he
of
has quite more stuff to do.
But let's just harp on his ass of the fucking,
we're gonna have him explain the season pass and stuff to us.
And how he was talking about how he got all those he got all the masks alone. He got them by himself.
I know. Did you hear that?
Oh man, dude, on the mic with
us
chat.
in there, with us in there. Yeah,
I
where
got
Sam was there.
For God's
Sam
gift,
was there.
Sam
was there for 3 of them, right? You were there for 3 of them, and then he probably had 4 masks prior to us meeting. So, like, I did 3 with him, and then you did 3 more with him. Yeah, and he our buddy hops on to the party chat, and here goes Rock going, "Oh yeah, why didn't you help me with the mask, man? Why didn't you help me?" And his buddy's like, I don't even have them. And Rock's like, "Oh, I had to do it alone.
I did it all by myself."
And we're we're in the chat with him. Jesus Christ, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, so look, my gear score is
Rock
gone.
for doing that all alone so I could also get the mask suddenly.
So this is like something that I don't really know. And apparently in the division, the gear score and all that stuff is kind of being thrown away anyways. So like we're getting into like pretty much every game at some point, but like the more Destiny 2 stuff that we've seen, if you're familiar, where there's portions of stuff that you just learned that are going to be completely thrown out. So like Armor 2.0 is a great example for Destiny, which is going to happen again. And they even announced things like mid-season nerfs that are going to change how certain legendary weapons are, and how strong they are. So it'll be forced to they'll have like a hot period where like these are the hot weapons, and then they'll essentially nerf them.
Yeah, they'll just
intentionally to make space for some new legendaries to kind of like take that.
That's their way of trying to control the meta. Is like, hey, well, guess what? We control the patch, and this patch, scout rifles suck, and auto rifles are amazing.
Yeah, Division is similar. How they control things that way too. Things get nerfed midway through. Certain gear sets become not viable, and there's some things that might happen that might get caught up in this change because you might have been tracking something differently, and now you might be tracking something by the way you learned in Division 2, but now it's changed. Even the symbols have changed,
especially with a game like this where people played the Division 2 when it dropped and then took a long break from it, and then they're coming back, and you're like, oh wait, none of my shit's good anymore. Not just because there's more to do, but because balance patching, now like the build I worked on just doesn't seem to work anymore. And you're talking about being prepared for things to change just all of a sudden. Let's talk about the story of enhancement cores in Destiny 2. Because those things have served 85 purposes since vanilla Destiny. And that's one of the things. They always try and change it to make it better for everyone. And then it's just...
No, in that one, they did the same thing.
They used to be Masterwork cores. Then they became enhancement cores.
They did the same thing in Destiny 1. Where
you'd think they would have learned.
I'm trying to think of what you used to get that made your armor upgrade that you had to use. You had to use you had to use some sort of resource to upgrade your weapon or armor in any way, shape, or form. You had to use something. And what that was changed so many times. But it was the perfect the storm. It was sloppy, and a lot of people hated it because people went freak mode on Destiny and like how they play it. Like it's just insane. But basically, like when a new raid would come out, that raid would offer a new resource.
Yep.
So then those raid stuff could only be upgraded by those, resources. And then you would find yourself that, there's no point in me doing the other raids unless I need to just help somebody that I know and play with. But there's no reason for me to really play it because none of the gear I need. And even if it is a gear piece that I need, it will just be for collections because it won't be viable because it stays at the level or light that it drops at.
Yeah.
And, they didn't get beefed up. So, like, by the time we had, like, 3 raids, you were, like, storing, like, because you run the raids so much and you farm so much shit in there. You just had so much shit of this stuff that, like, you weren't using. And then they started making exchange programs and stuff like that to make things happen. But it was nice.
Plus, like, on top
champagne?
of...
I didn't get myself one because I got to do some shit after.
Oh, my God. What a fucking...
But, like...
But I knew Sam wouldn't drink one, so I didn't get him one, but I brought him a fart in the bag.
Oh, thanks. I'm going to put it back where it came from.
Champagne of beers.
Ah, look at this guy with the airheads and
Champagne
jokes
of
and,
beers. But yeah, so Rocky's here, the OG Death Dealer, God's gift to humanity,
Welcome.
the hand of God.
The Division solo artist.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to you're gonna have to cap us on some Division stuff so we understand it completely. But and it may even be news to you. Sam's already hitting spoilers, so just be wary. Be wary if he hits you with one. We've already gone over
Weekend
this.
at Bernie's, he's dead the whole time. Bernie.
But anyways, let's just finish this Destiny thought with what you brought up, though. But things are changing in that, too, as well. And that's all happening here in the next week, actually. So we not only are getting big changes in the Division, we're getting big changes in Destiny. And those are the 2 games that are going to be fighting for my time, for sure, coming up here in the near future. But, Rocky, you hearing us over there? You good? Yeah, I'm good. I don't think we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
So Warlords of New York is already live, first of all. Just
What?
want you to know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
When did it go live?
Today, bro.
I came over here and he was already, like, loaded into it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
So explain to us what was the year 1 season pass? Like, what was...
What'd
What'd you
that get
get?
you?
You got a bunch of like free shit.
Okay, you don't have to... here, let me... You don't have to tell us specifically what you got, but, like... Was it levels or anything unique like that? Like portions of the
exotics would drop in, and new gear sets would drop in. Like it went from being like regular gear sets to like they separate them to like specialties and stuff like that. Like you ended up getting like purple gear sets and shit like that. The colors started changing.
Okay, so you didn't get any levels or no, like unique content to play, like areas to play.
Oh yeah, I mean they dropped those like Falcon Lost and shit started dropping. Like those they were like raids.
But weren't those...
I know, but
didn't
does everybody get
those?
that? I'm talking about season pass holders.
Yeah, what made the
No,
season pass
there
different?
was like a couple that nobody got.
Oh, okay. So there are certain...
Yeah, there was certain stuff that nobody got in things that you couldn't get without it. It was like...
So, but there's no content.
So it was more like gear related and...
Well, yeah, there was content in gear.
Okay.
But the
So
thing
it's
is,
mostly
they
raid.
tried to make it as much... they tried to make sure as many people could fuck with it as possible. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, a lot of the shit was free, but, like, a lot of the shit that people really wanted...
It says that right here.
That's where we were confused because it seemed like a lot of the stuff that people who bought a season pass got, everyone else got a week later, and like one extra week ain't worth a season pass.
Oh, I mean, that's
Well,
how
you
I
don't know
felt,
how
too.
much the season pass costs. Like I said, I think
You're
it's
right.
only $20.
No,
And-
the season pass was fucking expensive, and it's still expensive.
It says it's $20.
now it is, but it wasn't.
Okay. Whatever, dude.
$20 is expensive for that old ass game.
I mean, we paid $3 for it.
I did pay $3.
No, I'm talking about for Oh, you talking about the season pass for 2? It's only $20.
Yeah.
Oh,
what
I
are
didn't
you
know that.
talking
Why
about?
would we be
I
talking
thought you were
Division
talking about
1?
1.
Why would we talk about Division 1?
I thought that's what you were asking me about.
I said Warlords of New York and then segued into the question about the season pass of Division 2.
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
All
I
right,
won't
well,
even lie to you.
reset. Division 2.
Jesus, fuck. This
What
guy
does
just
the
told us
season pass
information
get you,
about the
man?
completely wrong game.
Was there any perk
Get your head
to
in the
it?
game. Get your fucking head in the game.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've been waiting on it to drop. I was trying to be surprised. I love this game.
But year 1 of Division 2, what the hell did the season pass do for you? Did it? Because it says here that
It
you
says-
got everything a week early, and that was
Yeah,
really
you
it.
get
Yeah,
no. It
like-
no, it doesn't, Sam. We went over what it said. This guy just shorted up so brutal. Like that was
Sorry.
so brutal.
an extra mission each week, an extra bounty.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all you added in there.
Yeah.
Classified assignments, bite-sized story missions that shed light about the last hours before the fall of the city. Each assignment awards exclusive backpack trophy for those who complete them.
So
Extra
those-
bounty
those
each
are the
week.
Raids. Right there.
So apparel people won't get. Access to weapons way earlier. And not as many people going for them, I guess, or having them while you're using them. I guess. An extra bounty every week, I said that. You get all the 3 stuff a week early. 7, that's what I said.
I mean,
and you get the 3 specializations.
Oh yeah, the 3
Right off the
specializations
get-go.
is like the main thing. I
Right when
guess.
they came out, you
Yeah.
got them.
Okay.
So that's that.
And those you're basically
So yeah, a
buying.
weird, but yeah, maybe whatever. I don't know about the cost to.
This the thing. A week early in this game, though, that's a big fucking deal. Especially if you run in the dark zone heavy. Because having like certain shit before somebody is just like
PvP
it's
is a good place
everything.
for it. Yeah.
it's fucking everything to have something a week ahead of time.
And yeah, I totally forgot about the specializations thing. So like getting the extra 3 specializations, also just getting them because they cost whatever that blue currency is in this.
Extreme amounts of time.
And yeah, so
that's
it's
what they
something
cost.
that you can buy or you can put in the work to earn your way to it. So to get all 3 of those definitely adds to the value of the season pass for sure.
Yeah, but if Rocky's saying it was expensive when it came out, then could not be worth
Yeah.
it. But who knows? Who
That is
the
definitely a
fuck
$20
knows?
versus
I don't know
$40
anybody who
kind of
bought
thing.
it personally. I don't know anybody who bought it. I didn't buy it.
Yeah, right. We were in somebody in the chat that you know that bought it, and he was mad because he still hasn't gotten an exotic, and he bought it and got the stuff
Damn.
early.
No, he paid to get the game early. It was yay. He got the game early, but oh, you know what? He did get the season pass. Him and TC. Those are the 2 people I know who have it. You're right. You're right.
God damn it, Rocky.
I forgot about them. They don't play no more. I forgot.
So
I got a big old airhead in my mouth, so I'm gonna say so a couple more times. So
that's I don't know. I guess but there is no season pass for the Warlords expansion yet, so that's
No.
just weird.
there isn't gonna be one.
Yeah,
It
Not
isn't.
at all.
It isn't. It is just an expansion to the core
Yeah.
game.
This
Um,
this expansion is just supposed to make.
They're not
the
calling
game
it a year 2.
better.
They're not calling it a year 2. There's not going to be a year 3. There's nothing like that. I'm assuming there's just going to be occasional expansions such as this. Who we'll see if, like I said, if they do that again within 6 months, there's this format's gonna die. No one's gonna play anything new in the division.
Expansion
Because
owned. So
That's going to be
it's an
$60
expansion
in 6 months. Like you got to do something else. Bungie did $60 for a whole year. So, and you get the option to literally buy in at any time for whatever season they're in for $15. So
evens out.
it's like just you know don't buy in on the last season unless you know you're gonna, or the current season, unless you know you're gonna play the shit out of it. But you could just pre-buy the next season and hope that you just continue playing until then, or just know what you want to do. It's not the best. That format's not the best for indecisive people. I'll tell you that.
it's funny because like you rewind time, and we were at this point where like a lot of these type of game developers were starting to discuss like, free content drops or free, like expansions are free or future content is all free. There's just like other things you can buy in it. And now we're starting to see the weight of like how that decision really plays out and what you can even make for free and what not.
I'm so mad this shit dropped today.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's lit.
I'm
It's
so
live.
hot right now, dog.
It's lit.
'cause
It's live.
I gotta go see this movie tonight, dog.
What movie?
My Hero Academia.
They have like a theaters movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's only a limited time, so
Oh, kind of like the Brawley thing?
I gotta get on that shit,
Oh, man. And see, like that. Now you're going to have to wait a few hours to play.
I know, dog, but I'm off tomorrow, so I'm gonna fuck this game dry.
Hey, nice.
Yeah. It's gonna be disgusting.
It sounds like he was going to be discussed.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
I've
you've
already
been
been
giving
getting going. I've already been going. So
You bastard.
I mean,
How
I
is
didn't even
it?
know I was playing it. I was just like, "Is this it?"
How
and then
is
I was
it?
I haven't played that much. I just literally got it started and then learned.
Did you
some
shoot
things.
somebody in the head? Did blood spray?
Yeah, I shot a lot of people in the head, and I wasn't really paying attention because it was lit the whole time. So,
Damn. So they did make it more intense.
intensity wise, let me think. Maybe.
That was also like a large
it was
arena
the
area,
it was the intro mission. I don't think they were trying to make it hard. I think they were just trying to make
Oh,
you
okay, so you
set
just
the
Set the
idea
mood.
that you're
Okay.
coming back and you've dealt with these people before
Ooh.
and you have a history, some better with it than others. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm excited.
Good. That's a good thing.
You should play some.
Now we're just going to look at that mask.
No, I think we're gonna play the Final Fantasy VII demo remake.
Oh, is it
demo.
out?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just launched.
Came out today. Oh my gosh, I kicked it over.
Oh, God. And then the Neo 2 demo ended last night. That's what I was
That's
playing
why I was like, "What is this fool doing?" You would
on. Trying to save that 40.
I was gonna just try to pick it up with my foot while it's spilling everywhere.
Slippery ass bottles. I don't want to help.
Neo 2 demo just ended. Final Fantasy VII remake
Just started.
and then these
Wait,
assholes.
they took the demo down.
What?
The Neo 2 demo down.
I don't know. Sam said it ended at midnight. I was
They
playing after. I'm
it
not
was supposed to
really
end at midnight, but they killed it at 1. Because
So
like
what-
I couldn't log in this morning.
Oh, so it wasn't a demo; it was a fucking beta.
Sure.
Oh.
Well, whatever you want to call it. It's a beta is a demo.
They called it the last chance.
Well,
demo.
no, it's a
Or the
demo.
last chance. But no, I don't remember what they
comes out in a week. Like,
yeah,
what are they
it
going
comes
to
out
change?
on the 13th.
I don't know, but I thought the demo was just like salty.
A demo
Yeah,
is a
play our
demo
fucking
demonstration
They threw
of
you
the
pretty
game.
in the middle of the game though,
Oh, okay.
and so like what I heard was like you were a good like 10 hours into the game at the point where you were.
Why
playing.
would you say that?
that has? What does that say? The demo is like a.
No
10
one knows that. That's like
But like that's
The
what is that?
spoiler king.
How does that fucking spoil
you
anything?
spoil everything. Sam.
How does that
You
spoil
always
anything?
spoil every fucking
I don't understand any of you fucks. Like you got a timer set. Like oh, I'm 10 hours into the game. This must be what he played in the demo. Way
This
to
is
ruin
exactly
it by
what
saying
he was
this
talking
was
about.
the
You
fucking
son of a
demo.
bitch.
That ruins it. Now, I
doesn't
would
ruin
assume
it.
that had nothing to do with the game, with any part of the game.
Really?
Yeah. Why would I know that?
Every demo I've ever played is a part of
That's
the
not
fucking
true.
game.
That's
Yeah,
not even
I'm about to
true.
say, I played
That is
plenty
not
of
true.
them.
And I don't even really play demos, but that's not true, Sam.
Man, y'all
Like,
live in another fucking reality from
how?
me. then.
How?
I
You
mean,
live in
like
you
so
you-
many
you-
games
you-
I play a part of the game as part of the
You,
demo.
if
And
you
all
play a
E3s
demo
I've
of a
been
game
to
that
and all
already
those
came
things,
out, that's like Rocky's like talking about a beta and a demo. Like that's what he's saying. It's a beta because you're playing it before it's actually come out at all. That's what he's trying to say. I think it's more of a demo, but demos don't necessarily say that it's part of the game. Like it doesn't say that's part of the game that
some
you will
demos
experience.
are just like
Well,
weird.
I mean, man, you start this demo up, you're playing in a story, so like.
Or like the Devil May Cry demo. That shit was not in the game. Like even that dialogue and shit was weird.
Well, we don't have to bring up examples because that's just how it works. But anyways,
You guys so sensitive over this.
it sounds like you're sensitive.
No,
We're not.
y'all
mad.
are the one who like, oh, spoiler, 10 hours. He said.
So that
like,
makes
the
us
fuck?
sensitive. So that makes us sensitive.
Yeah, apparently you're spoiler sensitive.
No, you're just we podcast and do this live to people of the world at the internet. So it's like that's a spoiler for me. Might not it doesn't have to spoil something for me to call it a spoiler. So, not sensitive to spoilers.
Man, whatever.
So, anyways,
Whatever.
What do you mean whatever? Like you're telling information that you not a normal person would get. Am I correct?
But
Average person that plays
it's a good
Neo,
expression of what the demo was like.
Is that wrong?
because
Is
a
that
lot
wrong?
of demos
Answer
that I
that one
play-
question. Answer that one question.
I don't know what qualifies as a spoiler.
Who
Who
did you get the information from that told you that it was 10 hours in?
Why?
I just want to know. I want to know how common that information would be.
I mean, have you ever been on Reddit?
Can
Have you been on
you
those
answer the
conversations?
question or not?
No, I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, because you got it from someone who actually worked with the game that knows
But,
that
like,
information. That's all. That's my only point.
but,
That's my
like-
only point. That's it.
It's like you derailed me to say that was a spoiler that's about 10 hours into the game for the part that I didn't share any details on like what happened in the story because I don't even know these games well enough to know the story.
But now they'll know exactly
so
what
like
happens at
they
10
don't
hours.
because except that there was a demo that happened at this time. Unless they played the demo, then guess what? They already know what the fuck's going on. They'd see it again, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I played this in the demo," just like I've experienced so many fucking times. So I'm like blown back that you're like shouting at me. That's a spoiler.
You're a fucking asshole, man.
Yeah, I am a fucking asshole.
You're blown back by that. Okay. Well, I'm not affected by it at all.
I'm confused.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that I said to you that you spoiled something. I think you
I
shouldn't be
don't-
offended if someone says you spoiled something. You shouldn't be offended.
No, I'm confused because
Why?
what did I spoil? Like
You
spoilers
spoiled.
are like telling someone that Vader is Luke's fucking dad. That is like holy shit. That's
my-
we already
I
went
said
over
it
this.
earlier in the
We already
episode.
went over
So
this.
guess what? That's why I used that one
And
again.
he doesn't think.
And like,
but you don't think that you're potentially spoiling anything by saying that.
no,
Okay.
the Vader thing, yes.
Yeah.
But granted, I'm also using a reference that's 30 plus fucking years old, so that if you haven't figured it out by now, guess what? Even if you're watching Star Wars at this point for the first time ever, you ain't watching it to be like, oh my god, Vader's Luke's dad. That's such a twist. Because every piece of advertising ever or pop culture ever, so much that you already know what's going on. That's why I use that reference. But that is like an informational, story affecting piece of information, not something that is as mundane as like, oh, guess what? In the demo, I could use any of the 8 weapons or 9 weapons that are in the game.
I just don't know. They would start you off with the game, choosing what you're going to start with, but you're 10 hours in. Like that's not something that somebody would just
Well, what you also
automatically
have is
go.
that if
Oh,
you-
this must be part of the game. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Well-
So the potential of it being a spoiler or not might change. It might be a fucking 2 for some people. It might be a 10 for some other people. I think you're getting a little hung up on us saying that you spoil things and taking it offensively when it's not. No one's saying you're a bad person for it.
I'm confused. Is what
Why?
I am.
Well, we
because-
explained
no, I-
why it
Alright,
could potentially be a spoiler.
I'm done on it. I'm done.
Okay,
on this.
perfect.
This is not what I even wanted to talk about.
Great.
Neo 2 about 4.
Great.
It's more to talk about.
So
that it
you
was a
should have
good
just
game.
continued.
Cool shit like how the character I created, and it has a super in-depth character creator in this game. You get to make like you know, like in a Dark Souls game where you do get to change every little detail of face structure and things. I made
So wait a minute, you're not using Neo anymore. You're using your own character.
you make your own, and if you played the demo, you can play your character in when the game comes out. And because I beat the one mission in the demo, I got like a special unlock, like a helmet or something, for when I actually play the game.
Are you gonna get it?
I'm thinking about it. It was really fun. I've never played a Neo game before.
Oh,
So-
they gave it out for free.
Then I didn't start it ever. Whatever.
Oh,
I just never played it. But that's why, the 10 hours thing was an interesting detail to me before I got derailed. And I was explaining that I've never played a Neo game. So, how that, purification, active reload, stamina thing works, I had to figure out the hard way. A lot of the systems of how characters attack, how burst counters work with the yokai special abilities, all that shit, there was so many systems I had to force learn. Plus every weapon works different. You've got low, medium, and high stance with every weapon. Shit, high stance is a lot of heavy attacks that are brutal on your stamina. Low's a lot of little combo ones. This game is so in depth on its systems. And so that's why the 10 hours thing mattered for my experience of what playing this demo was like. Because it was you're kind of in the middle of something. And there is a lot of shit going on. And Dutch and I were talking before, it's very Dark Souls in it has some really, really high difficulty challenges. A lot of characters you gotta a lot of bosses you gotta fail to so you can learn their movesets.
I feel Dark Souls is way harder though.
Yeah, but Dark Souls you don't have as many options in each thing. Dark Souls, it's very much you gotta wait for know his attacks exactly, wait for this attack, no, you have this much time to get in there. Where Neo, you can be a little more all over the place and aggressive too. You have counters in Neo that so they're unblockable attacks. You have a counter that you can actually stun them from. Whereas Dark Souls, unblockable attacks are just unblockable attacks and fuck everything up. So it's not as hard, but it is there were a few, for being just one mission I played through, there were a few spots where I was stuck until I failed my way to figuring it out.
I can't fuck with Dark Souls. That shit pisses me off. It literally pisses me off.
I get that. That's definitely what Dark Souls is.
That shit had me in rage mode, and I don't get in rage mode over fucking games.
This, once you figure
I'll
out...
get over your shit and leave. I'll play by myself. But,
I'm done.
But that shit, oh God.
Yeah, that is a game that is... It's very rewarding to finish just because of what it takes to finish that game.
Yeah, that's I don't know, I get it. I guess you would be this is rewarding, but to me it's fuck that game.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is just.
So Neo's not that hard. It's not as hard as this, but in order to be good at Neo, you got to understand a lot of systems going on. Not to mention you have items, you have leveling up skills. When you level up one skill, 1 point, just like in Dark Souls. So, and some gear you get bonus perks if you have certain skill requirements met in certain attributes. And so with all of that, this game has a lot of layers too. There's a lot of ways to play this game. Even it has light, medium, and heavy armor where based on how weight you're carrying wise affects a lot of your movement capabilities and stuff. So this game, again, once you learn all the systems, it gets a lot easier, but there's a shitload to know what's going on. You're processing a lot while you're playing it. I mean, fucking, you have 2 weapons, but each weapon has 3 stances, and all of that matters.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I played the game. It's just fuck.
And to just work into muscle memory to finish a combo, then press R1 at the right time so that you get your stamina back and you're not just fucked by anything that wants to attack you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so it was a lot to start soaking in to learn, but as I figured it out, it was a ton of fun. Also, since the character development is so dope, I made Bulma as my character. I spent probably a good hour, the character creator, making exactly Bulma in this fucking thing.
Oh shit.
It was fun. That's
shit,
Neo 2 for you in a nutshell. It's for the people that played it, it's a lot more the same. with more added because there's like yokai transformations and stuff now, and there's even different ones.
Well, you could always transform. You just now there's 3 or 4 different ones you can transform.
Oh,
into.
okay, so that's what's new about it. All right.
You were
So,
like
yeah.
always. It was just a transform, and
now
it was
you
like
choose
some
a
demonic
spirit.
beast. Yeah, and now you can like choose what.
What type of demonic beast?
But-
Yeah, but it also goes into like your play style. Like they have a different approach on like what the attack will be, things like that.
Each one has a counter, and they're different from each other.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like, but I guess then that's a cool transition from what Neo 1 was to Neo 2 is a lot more of, well, now you're telling the story of the character you create, so there's a little more customizability in a lot
I'm
of
just like
areas of it.
confused about that though, because like the first game you were playing as Neo, right?
Playing
That's
like
what
the
I'm saying.
specific
It's
guy.
Like you were a specific guy, yeah.
I don't get why they would be like, hey, create a guy in Neo 2 and
That might be part of the story of
run
like
the world.
how
And it's
one
like,
ends.
where's Neo? Aren't we following his story? Like,
I don't know, it'd be dope if he was like the villain in this one or some shit like that.
oh, towards the end, yeah, that kind of would be wild.
I don't
That demonic power takes over him, and then you like, yo, I gotta say this fool.
and you're another person with demonic power, maybe.
yeah, that's stupid.
Then like in the third game, it like carries your save data over and you fight your character as the villain.
Jesus,
That'd be dope though.
that would be hilarious.
And like I do love how in depth each weapon is. Like I messed around with most of the weapons. I played the Tonfa and the Kusarigama a lot.
Okay.
So I had the Kusarigama for like slower, a lot of like technical stuff and good range. Especially I like that, like you throw the hook shot out and then pull yourself into them so you can get a combo. And then the Tonfa were just great combo moves, great, easy to dodge out of.
I didn't even play the demo. I didn't know they were doing it like that. That's kind of bullshit.
I think they've had this demo at different points before too, because this was literally titled like Last Chance Demo. So, but since it comes out so soon, so probably just a little teaser.
I know a place that already has it.
Oh yeah.
At least I think that's what it said. I don't know.
I could wait, but I might be getting a deal on it, so that'd be cool. I got a deal on it. I got a different deal this week.
What?
Fucking all the Doom games were cheap as hell. The original Doom games. The newest one was like $30, so like half off. But I got Doom 1 for $1.50. I got Doom 2 for $1.50, and then I got Doom 3 for $3 with both expansions to Doom 3. All on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that's come up.
Mm-hmm.
Dutch, did you really get all the exotics, dog?
No, like I can't even believe that anybody would even believe.
That's why I
that
was like, what the
text at
fuck
all.
was he doing?
Like everyone's like, "Oh, good job! Can you help me?" Then it's like, like, do you even know what what that
The
entails?
requirements,
Like,
that's
yeah,
why I was like,
exactly.
damn.
Like,
I thought that Bradley or somebody pulled you in and just went crazy or something.
No,
for that.
no.
I mean, shit. That's what
No.
They did that shit for JP.
But
And then
I
he became a
have started to get green gear sets though.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What are you running right now?
Yeah. I don't know. It's on here.
Looks like a grenade launcher.
It's on here somewhere.
And
No, that was his
that's
chest
the mask
beat.
from the
I'm dead.
Punisher.
What is it?
It's close enough.
Hmm?
It's close enough.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking when I was looking at it.
Loadout.
'Cause I have that
frame. I
mask.
don't know what that means. The Sheridan Kneelers. Was that the? That's not the name.
Oh, you got a few green pieces, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, you building a set.
I am not building it. I have 2 pieces from 2 sets, 2 different sets.
Oh, okay.
But also look at that level.
And I think that they changed. So,
Oh. Is that a 1?
You been in the dark zone, buddy?
yeah, I've been in the Dark Zone.
I haven't yet. That's something I haven't done in this game at all.
Dark Zone living.
In level 31. What in the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Somebody sent me a brutal fight.
Any naked people in that fight?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. You've been witnessing some wild shit lately.
Rock's always got the wild shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start sharing it with you guys.
He's always got the
A lot more.
wild shit.
So
Wild
is
shit.
this is the Final Fantasy demo still installing?
No.
Mm.
I was waiting. I was waiting for you to.
Wrap up on Neo.
Yep. And I was changing the titles and stuff
And
to
it
the
is
YouTube video.
wrapped.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
Are there any more of those?
There's 3.
Righteous. I just want 2.
The Buster
want that last one?
Sword. No, I'm good. The Buster Sword.
No. Yeah, I was playing.
I got some shit I can show you though.
No, I'm good right now.
I got you.
I was getting out some Doom 1 since I bought it yesterday.
There's
There's nothing like no vertical adjustment for looking. Like aim is automatic vertically. You just got to be lined up with them. That shit's funny. And then like, because it's so old graphics, like staircases just look like cliffs you're walking off of a lot of the time. It's fun stuff. It's good to go back and play the classics. $3 for Doom 1 and Doom 2. If it's still going, I'd say take advantage. Doom 3 is kind of a weird one in the series. It's like they went like a more survival horror game instead of like
Are you
go
not
blast
running
everything.
shit? Oh, that's bullshit.
It's, Doom 3 a lot of people aren't fans of. But it was only $3, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just get the collection. I haven't played Doom 3. I've only played the originals. So I wanted to experience that, and it was cheap enough. Plus there were like 2 expansions for it, and that came with it for the $3. All getting ready for March 20th when Doom Eternal drops.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all soon. Alright, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Alrighty. So this is already something unusual for Final Fantasy VII shit.
Camera
and all the
controls.
things that have gone on is the camera controls. So this looks like it's going to be more of a fucking experience than we thought.
A visual
Well, it's got the new fighting engine, right?
experience.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm
Like in
imagining
15?
it's got to be a new engine.
It's not
I don't
turn-based.
think it's not going to be. It's going to be like 15. I don't think that, but we'll
Well,
see.
yeah, they said it's supposed to play like the newer games, not turn-based.
That is going to be next to impossible, I imagine, because you only can control one character in Final Fantasy 15. So, if they want to have this intact to how it was made, then it would be, and like, it's always turn-based. You know what I mean? Like it's always
No, I
turn-based.
know what you
Just
mean.
kind of shift towards a more action.
Yeah, it's just
side
how
of
exactly how much action you can have inside of that turn.
Classic, easy, normal.
Classic is recommended if you want to focus on using commands in a battle role. Okay, so like it could be having the Final Fantasy I guess what would it be? It would be Final Fantasy 12. It would have like 12 vibes possibly.
Defend.
So
Attack
we'll
and
see.
defend automatically, so you're just telling me.
So see, well, that's what I mean. So like this, the player controlled character will attack and defend automatically. So like this is like, yeah, so that's borrowing into 12. Even I think 15 has that as well, which were weird because if you started setting up too much, they called them gambits. If you set it up too much, you could have your guy doing the wrong, like he's either like over abusing something or he's underusing something, or They're getting caught up and not attacking the right set. So it's usually like you kind of like leave all those things at default when you really like look into it, because if you start setting too many of the wrong ones or ones that conflict each other, you might get one person that's like always attacking the same person as someone else, and then like intentionally leaving other enemies or stuff like that if you just like make a selection and don't really mean to. Like standard selection is like they attack the person who's attacking you, and then you can take it off of that for some good things and then some other ones, but it can get way more complex when that shit starts going on.
Yeah.
Fully experienced battles as well as the story.
You'd like to enjoy the
story
without
worrying about battles. They'll just
kind of happen.
You're so
you're
dope.
gonna win.
They just know you're gonna win. Yeah. So we'll go normal and see what that thing is like.
Let's see. We got sound. Now we do. Damn.
Yes, I muted you guys.
I thought, okay.
Yeah, because we don't agree on what we categorize as ruining things or not. So I just made
Good
it.
thing
So
I've never played
nobody
Final
can
Fantasy
talk.
VII.
Just so no one can talk and ruin that intro for us. I love the music.
She just kept cutting the gut like that. Getting his bowl cut back.
Looking fucking badass. Okay, take one step forward. Fight. Okay. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, dog. So they just let you wild out like this, dog?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just out there.
Yeah. It's pretty out there.
Oh God, I can't wait.
So yeah, it's similar to 15-ish, but it's like it's taken like just an action adventure or action RPG approach. It's not as free flowing as the as as Final Fantasy 15. Okay. Yep. Okay, so basically the ATB is the same bar that you would have if we weren't moving around, right?
Yeah.
In all Final Fantasies,
Turn.
that's the same bar if we were just doing a turn-based and I was statically sitting on this side and they were statically sitting on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still your turn, you know? So look, they're breaking it down into a special action, so what charges can be used? Okay.
Immediately.
So we could potentially save that up for a stronger attack.
Or combo attacks when someone else's meter
Yeah.
fills on your squad.
So
It plays like Crisis,
okay. So here we go. This is how they're doing it right here. This
plays
is
like
the-
Crisis Core. This is what it's like starting to remind me of. It's like
Yeah,
cleaner.
maybe. But basically, we're getting into this where now instead of my general attack, like I can freely attack however I'd like. It looks like it's going to have set values on those. And then this is when you can start to really like fine tune and cast a spell on something that's weak to fire or start healing your guys or whatever. So I just want to know how we're going to do that with oh wow, stance change. I really like the metrics on the side that come up with the like after you finish the fight or like during your fight, telling you what you're doing, your damage you're doing. Okay, yeah, cool. Check the map, middle button.
Auto action.
Okay.
Kind of reminds me of Kingdom Hearts too.
Well, Final Fantasy's always had that, like, you don't jump or do anything, so, like, it would have an auto action. Like, you'd get to a ledge, and all you had to do is push yourself up to the ledge, and then, like,
interact-based.
yeah, and then it'd be like, oh, you're jumping. You jumped. And you're like, that's as, like, interactive as the non-fighting portions of the game get.
Well, it's like in Division.
They've changed that.
Where like a lot of your division movement is circle based, where it's like interact to climb or do this, or
Yeah.
X based for like cover changing and taking cover in those right places. So
He's pressured. He's peer pressuring him.
Hey, yo, dead ass on this shit looks so good.
it's a fucking movie.
It really is. I'm waiting till we get into one of these cutscenes. That's why I had to mute everybody, because I already knew that basic ass cut intro was about to be dope as shit. And as little as it seemed was going on, it already starts with a fucking bang, considering who that was on the screen in the intro.
See, good thing I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, and you know what? I would never spoil that for you. I've actually intentionally held back portions of this game, knowing that you will probably play it, that are fucking amazing. And when you experience it, you'll have that much fuller of an experience.
I've already made up my mind. I'm going to pre-order this.
Dude, they had to cancel the pre-orders on this for everybody and then reopen them. So,
What?
yeah. I think we got an issue with our audio. It's not picking up their voices, but I think they're
noticed.
talking. I think they actually are talking. It wouldn't be a surprise to me if they weren't, but I think at this point, you know, they're like, the voices are there. We're just not picking them up.
Yeah, it would be wild as fuck if they.
Well, that's standard Final Fantasy stuff.
I know, but at the
So.
same time, dog, like this is Final Fantasy fucking 7, dog.
Yeah, remake. So, but
I like Big Boy here, where it's like, hey, you're gonna get one piece of
Oh,
armor.
that's Biggs.
I'm going. That's Biggs.
yeah. So remember how I told you there's a few names that are fluid throughout the Final
all
Fantasies,
of them, but they're
none of the
different
stories.
people. Yeah.
So Biggs is one of them.
I like how
Um,
Biggs only opted for shoulder pads.
Yeah, in some of them you fight a guy named Biggs. Some of them Biggs is your companion. Your ally. I think it's the cord's loose in the back. I don't want to mess with it. I really don't. Oh, I think I know what it is.
Yeah. It better be worth the money, Merc.
I'm not gonna change it then.
It feels like Final Fantasy VII like this. So.
Huh?
It feels like the old game without the vocals. So.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. It's not like, it's not like we're trying to spotlight this game or something like that. Or it's just the demo. And this, because they don't show like very accurate parts of it, but this is actually a portion of the game. I'm pretty sure. This is like when you do the first Mako reactor, exactly in line with Final Fantasy, except for like you look like a bunch of Lego pieces put together, and like you did this like long squat and then this jump instead of like the whatever front side McTwist onto the platform. You know what I mean? So there's some subtle differences,
Fucking
but
with the wrong one, bitch. I'm sorry.
But this is definitely a portion you would play pretty much this exact portion of the game. But what was that you just did there, Rocky?
Oh, I just
you
heard
just did like a fast sprint.
Oh, by running?
Yeah, you do like a
I'm just running.
no? Did you though? I'm asking you. Did you do something to like move
Oh, when I did that
exceptionally fast?
attack? No, that shit was called a punishing move.
Not the attack, just running.
Oh no, I just ran.
Huh.
Like Call of Duty.
Yeah, I played the game.
He's asking you that you press the stick
Did you
to
press
sprint,
something
or
to,
did
like-
it just automatically
No,
start
did you
sprinting?
press something to like run exceptionally more faster than you were already running, like a ×2 speed or ×3 speed? Is what I meant.
Oh, did I seem like I was going way fast?
Yeah, you did. You seemed like for a
Oh,
second,
damn, I
a
don't
split
know.
second, you were going way faster.
I have no idea. That
But look at this, interactive, like completely interactive things where he's not just going with his Lego arm and like pressing the wall.
Yeah.
You can actually see the detail of the buttons. So this is like already enough for me. It's safe to say that this is going to be a win for
It seems like-
all parties.
Honestly,
It seems
just
like it already
within
is.
the
just-
last few seconds of playing this shit, it's already
really smooth.
a brand new fucking game.
Yeah,
for
but it's
me,
really smooth.
And it's my favorite Final
The
Fantasy.
controls are really smooth. The traditionally, even with Final Fantasies, let's say 12, the camera was iffy. So this is outside of that. So they went outside of that engine. I don't know. Maybe it is borrowing from the Final Fantasy 15 engine, but with like a way less sophisticated like environment. Because like they gave this like an underplayed industrial look. This portion of it, we'll see like an open environment what it looks like. But like inside of here, they really like do a good job at like not overdoing anything. So you still know that you're an industrial. You know what I mean? There's nothing to really like allow it to shine. The graphics in here, right? It just looks really clean. But in the environments, we'll see how that looks. Look at this guy out here casting spells.
But I mean, right now, anyway, they'd want your focus to be more on the character.
Right. I'm saying
the high
this,
detail of the character.
the biggest difference in here exactly is the detail in the character and then the fighting system.
Yeah.
So like that's probably what they're trying to show off, get you familiar with. But I can tell you this right now. Yeah, as a longtime Final Fantasy fan and like diehard, they just secured
the bag.
the bag for sure.
They definitely secured the motherfucking bag, dog.
They gotta like I think more companies that have been in the game for a long time should take note of this. Mega Man Legends, does anybody remember that? Like where you got in a 3D world and you actually found like components and things like that, like an RPG more styled Mega Man. If they started to make one new like this, it's like, dude, you could make $1 million off an idea you already had by just fucking giving it a facelift and bringing it up into what
It's funny
modern
you bring that
video
up.
games are like. You know?
It's funny you bring that up because I was just playing recently Bomberman Hero back from N64
Yeah,
where they were
right.
like, hey, let's take Bomberman and like give him a whole RPG.
Right.
When's
Great.
that coming back?
Right. Great idea. Remake that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the prettier engine, game engine, the better looking graphics. Don't make everything a cube and a block right? Like it's a great because those games are classic. Bomberman Hero is classic.
Yeah.
And so many Bombermans are classic. Like they could
But that
could
one
probably
was the
find
one
a lot
that
of success
really
bringing
like
that back.
that was the one that
Yeah, it added
broke
depth.
off from the traditional Bomberman.
Right. Yeah, it was the depth. It had way more
Gameplay-wise.
depth to
Yeah.
it for sure.
You were playing like a Bomberman story as opposed to
Right.
just jumping into grids and killing shit.
Yeah.
You can play right now.
I mean, I don't know how long this demo is. Like,
I don't know either.
It's probably you're gonna probably do this part and then do like a
that's what I was saying before, like the boss
a mid-tier
fight.
boss. It's probably like 15 minutes, I would say, 20 minutes. Who knows? Who knows? I don't
No,
know.
I'm just saying you should get down on it before we pass it and it's the boss.
Yeah,
Like-
I definitely have no idea how this plays. So
You play King of
Like
Hearts.
you used to have to buy Final Fantasy games to like you'd have to buy some other Square Enix game to experience a Final Fantasy demo. Like you would have to buy like Vagrant Story in order to play the Final Fantasy 9 demo or Final Fantasy 8, whatever time that one came in between. But that's a great game as well, Vagrant Story. They need to remake that.
I like that I can just pull this out and attack anytime.
Yeah, so yeah, they really just little things like that are like what brings the game like into what I'm saying like modern, like what we're used to is that freedom. Like why wouldn't you be able to, you know?
Yeah. Switching modes. Every character has a unique ability which can be activated with triangle. Is this that stance change you did?
Yeah, this is the stance thing. Switch modes.
And it's attack-oriented Punisher mode.
If you go into this, it's just gonna stay in that slow motion. So yeah, triangle.
Oh, okay. Square unleashes on more power.
When you evade, you'll need to switch back to upgrade.
All right. That's the way to do it. Hey, you guys made it just in time.
Cut it out.
And then the spells were the thing that was that ATB meter.
And abilities. Everything else besides your standard attack.
Okay.
Which they just, I guess, categorize as abilities. So that's where your summons are going to be, all your magic. So, like, we'll see how that works. I'm imagining once you get really into the nitty gritty, depending on what you have equipped and your loadouts or whatnot, I mean, you're going to get to the point where that ATB is just instantly activated right off the beginning of the fight. Right now, it's doing like the traditional style where like the enemy and you are going to do your regular attacks, or like, yeah, because that's weird. Because like if you're a mage, you don't really use your normal attack. You use your spells. So like if you get a mage on your squad, when you do, and if you take control over that character,
Probably
that's
they
going to
rope it
be
into abilities.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting how that plays out, because that person's going to necessarily going to need to be able to cast that ability right off the bat if you want them to attack initially, unless, you know what I mean? I don't know. There's got to be some sort of balance, because if you can just be Cloud attacking all the time and then have someone like just fucking rifling abilities as they become available, like you casting haste or something like that on them, You know, but
Just
then
run
again, you
double
think about
support
it, like,
and then
why
cloud.
are they making this for the difficulty? You know what I mean? Like, you know. So like, sure, maybe they are like, fuck it, let Cloud just fucking you go hard as Cloud, and then you set these gambits or these like auto behaving modes or whatever for all your other characters.
like,
We'll see.
I don't think they would make it for the difficulty.
Yeah,
If your
right.
difficulty modes were classic, easy, and normal.
Well, that's for this because it's an introduction, but
And
we'll
that
see.
could be because
we'll
it's a
see.
demo or something.
I mean, and that's something that's completely unusual too for Final Fantasy game. There's not a difficulty setting. There just says there isn't one. So that's something new as well.
But it also seemed like that difficulty mode, when you were choosing, wasn't so much difficulty of what you're fighting, but how much you have to do.
Yeah, no, and like they've always that they've actually tried to move forward with that type of stuff, and that's how or why they have, you know, the totally unique fighting system of like Final Fantasy 12. Whereas like almost every other one is like the turn-based traditional style with some action portions that are like incorporated into it to make you feel like you can do more, rather than just like, you know, hey, watching the bar fill up and then hitting A, and then watching your next character's bar fill up, then hitting, you know, down once and then A, and then you know, the same repetitive thing.
You're trying to find that action aspect of
Right.
it too, and find a right balance. But it's
like,
definitely an
12 is-
experimental realm.
Yeah, but
So-
12 is they did a good job with 12, and they remastered it when they did 12 for PlayStation 4. So like they fine-tuned that and really got to experience how great of a system it was. It was to be honest, it was like before its time. It was like when they made the Hulk movie and they're like, damn, we got to make this 3 more times because like we couldn't do it right in 2000, but we can do it right in 2004. Like, no, we couldn't do it right, you know what I mean? So like we're still gonna possibly get another Hulk movie, just FYI.
I want. Yeah. We already got Planet Hulk in Thor Ragnarok, so
Yeah,
But
Well-
like, it'd be great.
well,
to
yeah,
just get a
exactly.
full-
exactly, and we have technically got. See, okay, here we go.
All right.
Now we get to see how this shit really goes. Huh?
Hold down square releases the sustained burst of automatic fire when equipped.
But how do you switch to him?
I'm already
L2.
him.
L2, hit L2. Yes! Nice. So you're actively still Barrett?
I'm Barrett right now.
So look, so when you hit L2, right? If you hit L2, you take over what Cloud could potentially do for his ability. Right? That's how you do it though. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. I really like that.
Oh no, I can't. I can't do anything.
Well,
with
he's
Cloud right now.
Cloud's not filled. Press R2. Okay, Barrett, there you go. I thought that said foreskin shot. He's wild.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta
Yeah.
work 'em.
Oh shit.
You got that heavy shot.
Okay.
The focus one.
So Cloud is extremely slow. We're gonna just throw that out there right now. Barrett has two bars. He's got 2 ability bars.
Oh,
And
that's
Cloud
still
has one
charging.
as well. So you're good. You might
He's got thunder though. Use that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And that's what I was like kind of saying. Oh, they're machines too, so
Yeah, that's definitely.
You can switch to different characters depending on the battle situation. Up or down.
nice.
D-pad to switch. L2 or R2 to issue commands. Okay.
I think Cloud's gonna speed up though. You know, once he starts really whipping, he's gonna be wild.
Yeah, I think that's the offset. He's very aggressive attacking, and so he's going to be slower on his abilities. Right?
I mean, I guess I have abilities right now. Yep.
So it's safe to say that This
It's pretty pick
this
up and
fighting,
play too.
but
'cause
this
Sam's
fighting
never even tried
system,
this shit.
yeah, this fighting system may be like even this how this is made right here could potentially go in as a Final Fantasy 16 or something like that, or whatever they're trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to do after
Now,
15.
I did play 13. So that is
Yeah, I mean,
but that one had
it has its
an
parts
action
to it.
aspect
Yeah.
combined with the
Yeah,
turn-based
and which almost
abilities
all
and
of them
things,
do
so-
from 8 on.
Yeah.
So like this is the only one that like at most what you do is you could turn on the what we call the ATB or whatever, but because before that it's just the bar, the attack bar, and then that action one will allow it to like break up what you would normally feel as like
Okay, you do have a dash.
I'm waiting for them now. So like I don't know, it was really same. But once you got into 8. You could start popping off your fucking shot on your gun sword. So you could have that set to auto, or you could have it set to manual. So like gave you like an action aspect.
Yeah, what happened there, bud?
Like this is what we meant by there could be some different. The parts could be different. If we can't figure out his AI, we just might not have him in the game at this point.
You're doing good, soldier.
You gotta
Doing
love
good,
that they have the boxes for every, even remote hack and slash from game. There's got to be broke boxes you can break.
It's got to be shit to destroy.
They give you resources, okay? Because if they don't give you nothing, then that's just no fun.
Plays you.
Pretty easy, right?
Barrett got fucked though, didn't he?
Nice. Well, just relax.
Just relax. I just want to go through already. Oh yeah, let me go crush those boxes.
And we're almost at our objective.
Health points and magic points. 2 potions. What? Yeah, for this thing.
Yeah, you should heal. You're at half. Okay, nice. Nice. So it doesn't allow you to use them outside of battle? Oh, I like that. Go to spells. See if you can use spells. Go to Barrett. Kira. Ooh. They're total actions now. That throws a little, because you traditionally you'd be able to be like, hey, I know this fight's happening. Heal up.
Yeah.
Now you have to go into that fight, start it low, and then, you know what I mean?
Barrett is low.
cold, yeah.
No,
So
that's
that's-
experience.
That's gonna keep you. That's gonna keep you from possibly being so aggressive with Cloud, right? Even though you have that unlimited attack, right? We can get up in the ass at any time. But like, if you can't heal in between fights, you have to come out of a fight
Wait, that is
low,
fucked, though,
get into a
dog.
new fight, and then heal while you're inside of it. That we don't know if that's true though. This is the demo, so maybe
Oh
that
my
might be something.
God. I mean, there's-
but that's interesting. That's
there are
interesting.
the points you're getting like from the boxes that you're breaking. You're getting some
True.
HP back, but
True.
yeah, you couldn't use that.
True.
I like how they have the purchase game ready on the pause menu for it.
I love that. These guys, they're like bottom of the line. We need, are you fucking with us? You're in the menu section.
Yeah, jump right into it. Oh, because I keep pressing square. It's
Yeah.
just-
Are you keep pressing X?
I'm pressing square.
X. Square is attack. That's square.
Come on. Whatever.
How do you do? Where's
Thunder.
No,
Oh yeah, Kira. Yes. Don't forget about that. And you can both of them can use an item on themselves. There you go. Hell yeah. They keep the spell casting pretty traditional. That's I like that. He just casts a spell, throws it up. It's nothing like too extra fancy.
staggering enemies. Pelt them with spells and abilities.
That
Once
is
it's full, you can stagger them.
the stagger gauge. I believe that's in 15. That's like what you're trying to do is you knock them off on a stagger, and then you can really damage them. Or that might just be monster only. I cast Thunder on him if you can when you get a chance.
I just did.
Nice.
I keep trying to evade with X. That's Neo.
And then you know that the Ninja Turtles story is like deep. It's got a lot of body to it.
Staggered.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean?
I didn't know that, dog. Well, I don't know. Like, I like the Ninja Turtles, and I went onto this page the other day. That was wow. I was like, goddamn. And there's some girl turtles out there too that they never talk about.
I don't know about that.
That was in the TV show,
But
and that
even
wasn't
s-
canon with the real turtles.
Even so, the real Turtles is still like it's super in depth. Like the movies, the games from NES on that, like they had tons of. There was a lot.
I didn't know that they like were all like weapon masters. They just like they can use all the weapons except for they're masters of the ones that they carry.
That was dope.
And
That was a cool
I
fight.
didn't know that. I just thought that they only
I'm the
could use one weapon.
master. Master.
I mean, hell, Ninja Turtles used to all be the red Ninja Turtle.
Did you change the thing? Because I can hear Barrett talk now.
No,
Yeah, I
I
started
think
hearing
it's
some of the
when
voices come
it's
through.
when it's on like different channels.
In the cutscenes, it was doing weird.
Yeah. I think it's when it's.
It might just be the demo, though. It might just be really janky when it comes to the sound.
It could be.
That was a cool
Absolutely
fight, though,
correct.
and yeah, for my lack of experience, like it was really natural to just jump in and do this shit.
Yeah, they
my
keep
nigga smashed the
it.
whole,
And
like,
you
mini
got
bar.
two things going on. You got your
Oh,
ability
dude,
screen,
we need to go
which
to
is
the
like
right.
turn-based, while you can attack the entire time. And what this game actually does a really good job at, and you'll learn, what they did in Final Fantasy VII, which even rings true in this, it seems, is that like everything's gonna have some sort of like debuff or some sort of ailment or something you can cast on it. So like machines are automatically going to be, or anything that's like controlled by electronics is going to be weaker to like thunder or even water, right? And then you're going to fight like human versions or soldiers, and they're going to be weaker to fire. And you're only going to really be able to manipulate those things through the turn base. Whereas you're just going to be able to do like basically brute force things liberally with the standard attack. So it seems like that's how they're going with the balance. And then Cloud, who's obviously going to get into people's ass and do way more damage, has a slower attack bar for his abilities to fill up.
Yeah.
So there's clearly
So
some
it's
thought.
it's using your squad mates for the abilities, and then priming yourself for like setting up staggers, then coming in as sword to do like the sword hits, or sorry,
And-
Cloud to do the sword
And
hits.
it's really tight. You know when you run and when you see like the triangle, if you like hold triangle, some games will just let you finish the run out and do it. This shit don't do that. Like, it really does.
I leave the rest
Now you gotta
to
go up, let the
capable
triangle
hands.
thing load.
Yeah, it's like it's real tight. It's like stingy with that.
Not that way.
Bitch, I'm
Not
trying to see
that
what's
way.
over there. They're forcing a nigga to go.
Yeah, I know. What was it? There was a
They're
whole
like,
wing
it's
over there.
stay in the fucking demo.
Why? Yeah.
asshole.
Why would you put that fucking wing there if you don't want me?
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Or there was something there and she just played you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's size for hidden items.
It's too early to go.
Yeah, they're like, well, we don't want you to know about that. Ooh,
Oh,
headshot.
Ooh.
You gotta get
switch
Barrett.
over. Yeah.
He's attacking him, but
I've
you
never
can do it
used
yourself. Press down
D-pad.
on the D-pad.
Up, down, left, right. That's switch characters.
Cast thunder on that motherfucker.
There you go. Yeah, that overcharge is pretty dope for like a heavy shot. Or he's got the like machine gun rattle that ends with like a big shot.
We seek right down to the bottom. To the planet. Fuck 'em up. Fuck 'em up.
The fuck are these flowers you're attacking anyway? Mono drives? That's what they are?
Mono Drive. Mono Drive B.
By the way, when you said some Pokemon shit earlier, you reminded me some shit happened in Pokemon. You now can find Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle in raids. That happened on the 28th. They dropped that update, so now you can actually get those characters in the game. Now that Pokemon Go's live, there's a ton of Pokemon you can trade into the game, and people are trading those around. And then, what was it? Oh yeah, also you've got like a chance of pulling Mewtwo's in this raid that are 100% uncatchable, but you can battle them for like some dope shit. So
Also, you can't catch them though.
you can't catch Mewtwo yet in this game. It's like specialty raids, and he's like automatically level 100.
But
and
could
he's hard
you
as fuck to
catch
beat.
a Mewtwo in any game?
Yeah,
Which one?
the original one.
You could catch it?
Yeah, you need Master Ball.
You had to have a Master Ball. In,
I thought you originally acquired them through cloning them or whatever, though. In the game.
Mewtwo. No, it's like you learn throughout it that Mewtwo is a clone, but then at the end, after you beat Victory Road and you become like the champion, they tell you that there's this cave. and that's where he's at.
I thought you got like
Mew was the one you couldn't get in the game, but everybody had him. Like,
that was one of the
Game
ones you
Shark.
could cheat your way into having him. Yeah.
and Game Shark.
No,
so
there was. I
vicious.
thought there was a way that you like cloned them on there, and then like you could like do like weird clones that were
you
like
could clone all Pokemon.
yeah,
on there.
exactly.
You learn that Mewtwo is a clone.
No,
I know
you could,
that.
you could clone on the
Like-
game. You could literally clone anything and trade them. Like,
Right.
yeah, I used to do that all the time.
Like, are you talking eggs and shit? Like,
no,
No, you could
Breed?
clone
you could
Pokemon.
clone a Pokemon. You
That
never
was a
cloned
thing.
Pokemon, and you're such a hardcore Pokemon fan.
That
I
is
don't,
the
I don't,
thing.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with specifically cloning a Pokemon.
like your favorite Pokemon. Like, say you had a Charizard that was booming, and your homie wanted them. You could clone it and give it to him with all
Yeah,
the
what would
exact
you
same
do?
stats.
There was a thing you would go to and it would just clone your Pokemon?
No,
That's
there
not
was
in
like
the
an
game.
exploit.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay, so
But it was
I thought
like
you were talking
in-
about something in the game.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
no, no.
technically, it's in the game. You didn't
Yeah,
have
it
to
is,
have.
because
You know what I mean?
anything.
It
Something that
wasn't
was
no,
programmed to do, not
We don't
an
know.
exploit.
We don't know. They maybe we should talk. We should message them about that and be like, "Yo, was this intentionally part of the game? Because there's nothing stopping
Yo,
us from
Game
doing
Freak.
this."
That's a
Let
timer
us
for
know.
20 or 30
Yeah, but-
minutes.
I mean, Pokemon games have always been exploitable.
Right? No, there's a ton of things, but this was before like we even knew what like.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, Game Shark. That was like as exploity
It
as you could
sounds
get.
like if you were trading it that way,
No, you would
in the
train.
old game,
You would trade you trade your Pokemon.
then you'd probably unplug it quick or something.
No, or something like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No, you like
that's what it
cancel
sounds
it
like.
or
Exactly.
something, or have them cancel it, and then it still sends it.
It's like you probably pick the right moment, and then you unplug the cable, and
can
then it
just
would
look that
force.
Let's
It would
just look that
force. They would still be receiving it, but you would be-
Exactly.
See,
Exactly.
I mean,
It's
that's
something along
totally.
those lines.
That sounds like that was a possibility to me. I just remember doing the like when you would
It was
like
a reality
you'd talk to the
for
one
me.
character, and then you'd fly down to Cinnabar Island, and then you'd find all the over 100 level Pokemon, and then you'd find Missing Number there too. Missing No. But yeah, anyways, we're starting to get more stuff coming to Sword and Shield right now. It's through the raids.
There it is. The player should select. It was close. The player should select the Pokemon they wish to clone, select move, and move it to somewhere else within the box. During that time that it's saving, the player could count to 3 to 5 seconds and then disconnect the power. That would result in a clone of that Pokemon.
So yeah,
exactly.
just timing. That's funny. Because it would copy the Pokemon over
We
to the
used
other
to
box.
do that shit, dude.
Okay, so it would copy the Pokemon over to the other box, and then it would delete after copying it over. It would delete the one that was already in the box, and then so you would wait for the timing for it to finish the
Oh,
copy,
that was
but
great.
unplug it during the delete. Nice. Yeah, that's total exploit. See, I thought you were talking about like in the game something. And
Well,
I was
I
like,
mean, that's like as in the games it gets back then, man.
yeah.
There's ones in every single one, apparently.
Because like, and then there's like whole layers of mechanics to even just breeding. So like, you can start with a great quality Pokemon, and then like you can breed it and make sure that certain qualities come down. with
Raid battle cloning glitch, Sword and Shield.
it. Hey, there you go. Oh, that I already know about. Some people will because someone will pull a shiny in a raid, and then they'll just leave the game and let the other 3 finish it. And then since they didn't catch it, it's like they get another shot at it or some shit.
I fucked up.
Too close, man. Heal him. You don't have any Phoenix down.
Cloud down.
It's a wrap.
You don't have any Phoenix down.
It's a wrap, dog. I fucked up.
Use an ability. Cast Thunder on him.
Press X.
You didn't cast Thunder. You used them. You used them all. You used them. Press X. Is there an item? Is there a way to use item?
Oh, you got fucked.
There you go.
You want to do this?
My sister confuses me with these weird text messages.
Resume. No. Yes.
I was happy to see that shit coming over to. I was happy to see that you can now just legit get Bulbasaur in Sword and Shield. And then through Pokemon Home you can.
Yeah,
trade
they
a lot
needed
of
to
them,
do
but
that.
Not any of them.
They needed to do that.
And we have. I don't think they're available yet, but down the road we are getting Gigantamax versions of Blastoise and Venusaur, which is going to be dope because that's something they teased with the last trailer. That those and then some other Pokemon that are going to be coming from older games over, or Galarian versions of them, and the Gigantamax form thing is really dope in this game. So I'm excited to see more of them get that turn.
It's really dope to get your Pokemon, Gigantamax.
What?
Gigantamax, my Pokemon.
Bigified.
I bigify my Pokemon so they all up in your eye. I dug a rap. Oh, you speak jive too?
Fucking airplane.
He said he had the fish. Oh shit.
Sephiroth in his head.
The feather?
I mean, speaking of clones, am I right? Is this you?
You're supposed to make a choice.
Is this
right now?
you saying how long you think you're gonna fight this thing for? This is what I like too, because motherfuckers didn't understand that in Final Fantasy VII, your 16-year-old. Well, how old? I was maybe younger than that. Your teenage ass might be going into a battle not knowing you're gonna be there for 45 fucking minutes and still potentially lose.
Man.
That's all I gotta say.
So this is what
I'm gonna say 20 minutes. Fuck them.
And you gotta kill it, get out of there with enough time left.
Oh, the reactor's gonna explode. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're blowing up the reactor.
Yeah. So, but they never let us do this before. We'll just say that.
Choose 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, because I'm assuming they're gonna time it from when this fight starts, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I was curious because that's just a weird choice. Look at that laser.
Nope. I want triangle. What mode am I in?
Punisher mode.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I was like, he blocked the. He blocked the. I was about to be like, he blocked the fucking charge, bro.
Dude,
Come
that was
on.
brutal. Nice hits.
Got him. Got him with the weakness. Got him with the weakness.
Nice. That thunder.
shit.
Just shoot in the other direction.
He snatched me up, dog!
Some enemies will occasionally bind your party members with unblockable attacks. If your character is bound, quickly switch to a different character. He's fucked. Get out. Use somebody else. There you go. I'm just gonna run along this wall.
This is the most agile giant bot I've ever seen.
Right? It's version 2.0 of the spider bot from Wild Wild West.
Right?
I like that it doesn't pause completely. It runs in like slow motion. That's pretty dope.
Oh, we do have Phoenix Downs. You had 3 of them. That's what brings you back to life. BTW.
What you got? Where the fuck left?
And the item section. Always. Where am I at? Oh, he's hardened?
Hit him with that thunder.
Ooh,
Gotta
charge it out. Why he's weakened, hopefully? Nope. He's like field generator. What is that? He's got something on him. There's a second thing to attack now.
That's the field generator. You gotta destroy that first before you can get damage to him. Damn.
It's not taking any spell damage. Cloud! Cloud!
Get the fuck out of there!
He's got no more MP! Ah! 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 You just gotta know what Ether does. You gotta know what Ether does, baby. That shit burns slow. You better shoot it at him, bro.
It's funny that
I healed the wrong person!
Pokemon actually is the same thing. Ethers are
Yeah, it's always
your ability pull or your attack
very,
pull.
very
And,
common.
yeah, potion.
Very common.
Yeah, it's common across a lot of
Just like man.
games. You know who started that? Is that even video games?
Ether?
Ether?
It's Ether. Well, it's like a resource. Like it's just like a general thing for something like a tonic, right?
Oh yeah, I know what.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Oh, like who started using
using
Japanese
Ether?
RPG? Yeah, Japanese
if
RPG.
it- or was it was Ether used as a term for replenishing magicka in something else?
Oh,
first?
maybe. Who knows?
You know,
Who
that's
knows?
where I'm
Maybe
curious.
if that comes back to the D&D days. I don't know. No, we just
Yeah.
called those points. They were just points. They're just magic points.
Yeah, that's why I'm
And
curious. Like,
you didn't necessarily have a lot of items that replace that. You were just.
You know what?
It was your
Yeah.
attack point versus
It was more like
whatever,
what
so
you
you
could
just
do in
rolled
a
against
turn,
that. Huh.
a roll is like effectiveness,
Right.
So, like, yeah, I'm curious.
Right.
That is a good
That's a
question.
good question.
I don't even remember. I just remember it.
We'll just
always
say it was the
being-
plug gaming.
We started
Yeah,
that. We
there
came up with
go.
that shit.
That's right.
We'll just say it was the plug gaming.
Copywritten. Don't check.
Did I just die? Felt like I just died.
You still got a health bar, but
Right.
Cloud is on the ground going. Ooh.
I have a grenade. I'm gonna throw the fucking grenade at him. He's dead. He just died.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now. Now. Got him. He's back.
Should get over there and use some health quick though.
Don't have it. Barrett, somebody stay alive. Somebody stay alive! I need Cloud to attack. I'm going to heal with Barrett. I'm going to
Oh, items fall into the ATV. Okay, I get that now.
Let's get some buffs. Let's get buff. Let's get buff, baby. Where am I at? So close.
Oh, this is a real fight.
It's a fight.
Boss.
Where's this fucking field generator, bro? Did he do anything?
I don't know. You're still shooting that thing out the field right now.
I know, but it would on
The
my
ability
general
you
attack.
chose it, yeah.
If I get closer, I think it does. I don't
That
know.
focus shot you aimed on it.
Yeah, because it was an ability. I had the option.
Yeah.
Let's build some pressure. Let's build some pressure.
It's pressure.
Let's build some pressure. Let's build some pressure. Let's build some pressure. Switch it up.
Barrett is low health right now, yeah.
Barrett's just gonna have to get Phoenix down, possibly.
I don't even think we're not putting as much work on this one.
But he has kept me alive.
And at this time, he's the only thing that did.
Well, I mean, fire protect fire out.
Oh, yeah, but fire,
I
I'm
just
assuming
don't
ain't
know
gonna
if
do
it'll make
much.
it up there.
Hurts, don't it? Hell yeah.
Good catch.
Nicely done.
49 hit.
That thunder is what it is all about. Just keep that shit down.
Get off me. Get off my abilities, bro. He's hurt. He's hurt.
Now he's got more bombs.
Oh. Ooh, stage change?
I was like, or is it running?
Stage morph. Whoa. We shouldn't have done that. We should have gone down the middle. I don't think we should have gone down the middle.
Line.
Make sure Bear gets the fuck out of the way, too.
He'll take his sweet ass time.
Oh, it's face focused right at you.
Oh, we did that perfectly somehow.
Yeah, get that thunder.
Barrett. There you go. Buff up. I've lived through worse.
Now that I'm hearing Bear's voice.
I missed.
Trumpet player.
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah. This guy.
Fuck
Louis
Barrett.
Armstrong? What you know about Louis Armstrong?
He rode that bike. He's got one testicle. I'm just kidding. That's Lance.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, this fool knows too much.
Come on, Barrett. Get there. Get there. Oh,
Can
limit
he
break.
go to the
Limit
moon
break.
also?
I got a limit break. I got a
That's
limit break.
Neil.
I got a limit break. I got a limit break.
Hit it.
I got a limit break.
Break it.
Yes! Go there!
There it is. There it is. It's the smash move.
Go there! Barrett's gonna be at his limit too. Not dead. He's got to be close. Yes, he's close. Barrett's close. He fucking ate that shit, bro. He ate that shit, bro.
Man, think about that. That's kind of funny though, actually. Like, because now we're getting this like redesigned Cloud, but This is what it seems like the Smash Cloud was modeled after.
Yeah.
Right? They look,
Like, well, he's not like how he used to be, so
Yeah.
you gotta give him
but like just visually, yeah, remarkably similar.
Oh, look, Barrett's health is still going down as we do this. Share the love. Share the love.
That's a squad.
Get inside of him, Cloud. Thrust your sword deep inside of him. Left leg. Cloud. Do it. Barrett. Do it. Now. Shut him down. Shut him down, Barrett. Barrett's buffed. Barrett's buffed. He's healing. He's healing. He's healing. Break his leg. Break his fucking leg. Break his fucking leg. Yes.
Break him.
Break his fucking
spirit.
legs.
Nicely done. How you boss fight.
Man, you didn't smash that shit. Awesome.
That shit was
I
easy.
love how so much it's like the original with the they did it perfect. They took you out of the
Box.
I'm falling asleep turn based, which I love. And when I say I'm falling asleep, don't get me twisted on that. That's not hatred. That's just me saying I fall asleep a lot of times in
Time out.
turn based games.
You set that timer for 20 minutes.
How long is
It just went from 20 minutes to 19 minutes and 9.
Okay,
and
so
59
it's
seconds.
starting now.
Yeah.
And okay. That's just got to be some sort of special
Then what
thing.
matters if you
it
pick
doesn't
30
matter.
minutes?
It doesn't. Hopefully, it doesn't matter.
Look, see, it just started.
This is not going to be a real. That's not a real second. That's not a real second.
You fought that whole thing in 1 second. That's what they're telling you.
No, we're smart, and we didn't set the bomb until after we beat the boss because we knew. We've actually been here before. We're just reliving this moment, so we knew there would be a boss.
But yeah,
And then we did a triple inception. Had a dream. There's fights. There's fights here.
I like that that they keep the
Get
action
outta
part
here.
for all the movement and the base attacks. And then
Get outta here.
The turn-based is more tied to the abilities.
Why
to
isn't it
spell
letting
the
me go
items.
up?
That is a good split to
Why?
have. Definitely gives you a good like combination feeling. Probably because you're at attack.
Yep, can't go up without killing these mugs.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
man.
Now it's easy. I remember how to climb.
You need to have your fucking some gadgets or something, bro. No way. How are they doing this?
Fuck society if you got that bad.
Oh, damn.
Save the bridge.
Come this way. There's work to do. Shut up, bitch.
All right, what do you guys got?
There you go. It's okay. Timer's going down. I like that there's only one speed for climbing. That's not the way to go. This is the way to
Minutes. That was cocky.
go. Right? I wonder what 30 minutes changes.
I'm sure time.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
It's just such a weird decision to be faced with. Like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Is that play out in the game at all? Like the old version, anything like that?
I don't know, remember
Whether you
that.
make that choice
I
or
think
not.
that's new. But at the same time, I played this game when I was a fucking kid, and I've never played it again. I beat it once.
I mean, this is all new for me. But man, it sounds like this is all new for a lot of people, even if you played them all. I think I'd have to press triangle there. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's only during the cutscenes that the voice is being refreshed. Paused up.
Oh, what? You realized you had a pause button. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Good, because I was in the middle of the fight.
Oh, I had to relieve myself. Sorry, that usually doesn't happen. Oh, but nonetheless, this is simply amazing. And already they've done a wonderful job. And I think not only, I mean, obviously they've already made a great game in what is Final Fantasy VII, but I think you're going to be hard pressed to really find anything that's a negative in this game. So, I think they pretty much knew exactly what they needed to do, and then they executed that perfectly.
Yeah, I think it's flawless, dog.
This is exactly how you modernize a classic.
I swear, dog. Nobody's done this. Like, this is perfect. Bring it. Can be perfect.
Yeah, no one's done this for their classics that destroyed markets way back in the day and had like literally the reason why people still play your games. The reason why people look at Square, which is now Square Enix, was Squaresoft when this was created. But no one looks at those things that made them who they were and then necessarily is like trying to bring those back and improve on them. This is out of demand by the fans. Like, they had made the remastered version of Final Fantasy VII, released it on PlayStation 4, and it just wasn't enough. Get him.
No, this is
Finish him. Finish him. Do it.
It is enough parts. I mean, granted, I didn't play it, but this is enough parts, new systems on top of old systems. Since you have the other Final Fantasy games that kind of already teach you this more like
Well, what
action
they've done is they didn't
tech-
leave you behind, right?
Yeah.
They made it into the newer era of how games are played, and didn't leave their traditional RPG player behind, because they kept that same feel and made it intuitive to the seasoned player, the person who's never even played a version of this game before at all. So that makes it an intuitive system that is easy to pick up, easy to start playing, which it's not the same for turn-based because the pace is a little slow, and that's what I was talking about, the sleepiness and the time. Like, it can have that effect on you because the pace is rather slow when you're on this turn-based thing. But as the game progresses and matures, you actually start to be able to manipulate that part. And that's kind of like what this is. You're already given that, like, that hastier, the quicker in the fight feel, where you have Cloud always attacking. And then Barrett, obviously, which answers our question, Barrett coming into her, how are we going to be able to control multiple characters? It seems like they did a really good job of that. And this is something where you're like, people can take a lot of direction, but giving you this, we'll see what happens maybe later or in the game. Maybe there are some behavioral changes you can auto apply to Barrett.
Yeah.
We'll see. But right now, it seems like he's performing exceptionally well. He hasn't done anything wonky. There's been that one time where he was like faced the wrong direction when I turned to him. But I don't know how often that's happening, and we don't know if he's faced the wrong direction, but his bullets are still going towards the enemy. Then whatever. But if he's like shooting a fucking wall, then that's not good. But definitely action packed.
That happened to me like twice.
Definitely action packed though. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't. I witnessed it, but I didn't necessarily look to see where he was shooting or what he was doing.
Lost Cloud.
You need to heal up, or you need to wait a little bit. So I'm not sure what you want to do. Just attack him, I guess. That was the beauty.
Weird,
that was the beauty of the turn base part, because nothing would be happening during those moments. So you kind of just have to tank it, and then now you can do it. No, not yet. Ooh, while you're being attacked, it's slower than while you are attacking. Now you're full. Two rounds. Go. Phoenix. Yep. And then pop off a heal for yourself. All right, or Cloud. Dude, just double up on Cloud.
Yeah.
And then Cloud starts at 0. And Barrett's slow too. Barrett and Cloud are slow. Cloud's moving much faster now. You need to attack to fill the bar too.
Yeah,
so.
but Cloud was like out of range from where I was trying to attack.
Yeah. There you go.
And that's one thing
Barrett's
that's a little
good.
weird with like having those robots up there. Like which one I'm really aiming on can be a little.
Yeah, I tripped that too.
Yeah.
But at the same
It's a
time,
proximity
you
thing.
gotta get to the area. Yeah, that's exactly.
But also there could be a button for that, and it's just like something
There
they're
is,
like.
they
I think it might be
It's
clicking
like a
the right
tap-
stick.
It's a tap
Oh,
button.
okay. I didn't know.
But I could. It was too far for me to read it, but it was showing him switching from targets. So everything is there. It just you gotta,
I think it's a right stick thing, but it's not just moving the right stick like a lot of games. I think you actually have to click it to switch.
Like a button, yeah.
Yeah, to like auto lock. and
Usually
then
it's like
maybe
a
that
slap.
way-
Like you can slap it in a direction, it will change it, yeah.
But that wasn't doing it before. That was just adjusting the camera.
Ooh,
Hey, look, we
man,
made
I
it.
4 seconds, player.
Yeah, apparently.
I saw 13 minutes when I.
Man, we were just,
Damn, Sam.
They can't change everything.
wanted to, have a beer in the elevator. Take a break. Coffee. Get 15.
Seems like it's at the end, just finish it. Ooh, I can't wait till cast Berserk on myself to just go ham and not have to attack. I wonder if that's still true. Because that's how you used to do back in the day, cast Berserk on yourself, and then you wouldn't have to control the turns because he would just auto attack. But you might attack your own team.
You might just be wilding out.
You might just hit your own person and kill them too, but then murk everybody else on all the enemies too. Oh, dude. Old school RPGs, you could target your own team if you weren't careful. And I would be in these weird states where I'd be
There
like,
were certain games. Though,
I'd be like passing out and then doing that, and then be like, how did I die? And realize that I had attacked my own person.
But there's
and then
games
they
where
killed
that
me.
shit made sense where to do damage on your teammate made them do stronger attacks and shit. Like,
For sure. Breath of Fire, you used to have to kill zombies by casting Cure on them. So you damage the undead by healing them. Yeah. It was an unknown little thing inside of there
That's fun.
that, like, you could cause immense damage by you could cast life on something that was dead.
Cloud!
Right? Breath of Fire 3, shout out.
Good thing he's got that double jump.
It's a good thing he's that nigga. Like, motherfucking Cloud Strike, bro. If you don't know, now you know.
Cloud Strife, Squall, Lionheart.
Dog. Oh my.
Lionheart, they are the best. They're
They're
literally
the best two
characters.
characters that they ever came up
Literally, I almost had gotten their the tattoos of the chain, like the so like Squall's is the sword with the lion on it. This one's the comet. Like I almost got those tattoos like on a like chainlet because that's how obsessed I am with this shit, but I didn't.
Nice.
I mean, I still can. That's the thing, you know. I still can. You can
A
always,
lot harder to go backwards, so smart
right,
to wait.
right. You know what I mean? See exactly what I mean. It's a channel. There's a channel there here or something with the audio.
Yeah.
Where we're getting
Yeah.
their voices in
In cutscenes, we're not
regular
getting
play.
the,
In cutscene, we don't get it because like they switch it or something. Who knows?
Oh, that shit was so tight.
Dude.
That's what the comment is in the background. It's from his sword, then.
No, that's like what we're.
You gotta play the game, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, he was
don't
talking about the. No, you were talking about the sword being like.
Ooh,
Whatever.
Sephiroth died.
Well, there's always like it's like the logo for the game.
Yeah.
And Squall wears his on his necklace, the one that they show. It's a lion in like a sword, flame sword.
Digital Deluxe Edition comes with.
Damn, Cactar and Carbuncle. Dude, that's cheap. You gotta find Cactar. Cactar's not easy to get. Dog, if we could pull out, we can.
I've got
But
it.
if we'll pull out my fucking PlayStation 1's fucking memory card and we'll put it in there and I'll show you what Carbuncle and Cactar do, and then you'll realize getting these two motherfuckers is cheat mode.
So they're just gonna let you start with them?
Carbuncle
If you
will,
get the digital deluxe.
Carbuncle will just like, dude, Carbuncle's like ultimate healing, ultimate buffer, ultimate support. Cactar is just like ridiculous, like troll status damage that doesn't even make sense. It's like rolled every time he does damage, and you can get like insane numbers. It's like, who's the guy on what's the new character on Smash Brothers that just rolls the move and like you might
Hero?
get a death? Yeah, Hero.
Yeah.
That's what Cactar is. Like you might get a just full maxed out 99999 damage.
Just critical hit, immediate,
to
maximum.
the max damage. No character has this much health.
I
The
love how
damage, like
so we
And he
didn't
just runs
select
across the
anything.
screen.
That's funny.
oh
We didn't select anything, but as soon as finishing the demo, it doesn't like it just takes you to which one are you buying now?
yeah, because they know.
Because they know. They literally do.
Because they know.
Select a version to purchase.
I'm gonna look into.
Hey, this is the
I'm
thing, though.
gonna look into the hard copies of this, and wonder if I could get a hard copy of the art book, and I could carry. I'd take the soundtrack digitally.
But this is the problem, though. Like, those two summons, are they just out of the game now?
No, guaranteed not.
No,
So
just
you'll
you get
still
them
be able to
first thing.
find them, right?
Carbuncles normally is part of the thing. Cactar, on the other hand, is not part of the base game. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that because potentially not all of them. Actually, that's not true. Some of them you get naturally in there. Cactar, that I could be mistaking how you got Cactar in this one with Final Fantasy VIII, but I'm almost positive that Cactar is not a standard summon that you would get. Cactar is a summon that you would have to find, especially like just like how your limit. So like your special weapons, and this is almost rings true through almost all Final Fantasies. There's
Okay,
a weapon.
That's Cactuar. I thought it was the
Yeah,
straight
there's-
up cactus guy.
Yeah, there's a weapon. Your final weapon. It's not guaranteed to you. You have to find it and do the parts. And in like let's say like a game like Final Fantasy 10, you actually have to do things in a certain order from the very beginning of the game. Like, for instance, not open a certain chest in a certain room from the very beginning of the game to get your final weapon at the end.
Wait,
Like
if
that-
you opened a certain chest
At
you
the very
wouldn't get
beginning
it?
of the game, you won't get it.
That's weird.
It's fucking weird. Exactly. So that's how crazy they can get into some of them. But like that's same with chocobo breeding. Like you can't just fucking show up and breed a black chocobo, right? You need
It's
to
like
like
a shiny.
you need to travel to
Oh,
the
okay.
area where you
So-
get blue chocobos. You need to get travel to the area where you get green chocobos, and then you need to go get a fucking chocobo breeding license that allows you to breed a certain set, and then like hope that one of them's
That's
turns to
funny.
be a black, because a black can go over all terrains, right? So like a green goes over like heavy terrains, mountainous. A blue can go on water. That this or that. Like that's how it all works.
Black is the ultra chocobo.
And yeah, he's all terrain, so you can like hit up the mountains, you can hit the ice, you can hit whatever part. And dude, so I don't know. They're just bringing it all back here. Let's see what they want for this.
For the digital deluxe, 80.
But like, what do we get? Look, the ability to use summoning material unlocks partway through the game.
World is under, but
That's just like the base. That's the baseline there.
So
They
that's
got that
okay.
right. Mind-blowing epic battles. Like this was just a demo, and that was fucking good.
It was.
Is
That
the
was
game
great.
60? Is the base game 60?
Yeah, I'm gonna
has
say
to
it's
be.
$60. Yeah, we can find out.
And this is just the first part, right? Or did they release the whole game? Is it going to be the whole
I think they got rid of the episodic.
Oh, man, I'm happy to hear that because that shit was disappointing.
You know what? We should look into that to be so we know what we're getting. Oh, well, it should say us right here. Tell us right here. No. Maybe it's just told in chapters and not released episodic. Let's see. Let's look it up. Let's look that up and then we'll end this show. But that was fucking great. I'm glad.
The story
that
of this first
dropped
standalone
today.
game in the Final Fantasy VII Remake project covers up to the party's escape from Midgar and goes deeper into the events occurring in Midgar than the final original Final Fantasy VII.
So it's the whole thing. Story of this first standalone. So they're implying that they're not done with this?
Yeah, well, like the way they word that, the story of this first
Yeah.
standalone game in the Final Fantasy VII Remake project Tells me
that's already
something
telling-
weird.
Yeah, that's
tells me something weird's happening. Good questions. Well, hey, that was a super intuitive, fucking beautiful looking game. Yeah. And if it hasn't disappointed the Final Fantasy fans, then I mean, like, this is a hit.
it definitely.
3 days ago. Okay, so this should be pretty good current information. Right, yep, they recruit, so it's 97. So yeah, I was 13. Hell yes. 3 years of development. That's awesome. I'm glad they did it. It will be released in an episodic format, meaning players won't be able to experience the full story of the original when the first episode drops on April 10th. Now, does this buy-in give you all the other drops? Right?
That's what I want to know.
What do you mean all the other
That's a
drops?
big
Like,
ticket.
are we gonna get the
60
other?
fucking
Are we
bucks
gonna get
for
the
a
other
partial
episodes?
game?
Okay, so that part of it. That's a
60
good
bucks
question.
for a partial game? Come on, bruh. Come on. Come on. Let's keep it 1,000. That is.
All right, at least can we get like?
Give me half of it free.
No, don't give me. Give me. Let me just know what I'm paying for.
Yeah, or
Yeah, you
what
know.
you're going to get charged for to continue. Because, yeah, 60, if they're going to, like, you're down the road, then give us the next episode at a $60 value. Or if it's like, here's the expansion for all the other episodes, and here's let's call it a season pass to play through them or buy them one at a time. It's a good question. Especially when they made that look so good.
Yeah, dude. It looks like they're gonna have to. You're gonna pay every time. Despite the smaller scope, Square Enix has assured fans in the past and now in this blog post that the first part of the subsequent episodes will be the length of a full game, with additional content like new boss battles and non-main characters. So,
I don't know. That's still disappointing to me. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's like a.
Like, I don't want to pay $60 fucking 4 times for no fucking reason. Like, give me my game. And, I mean, if they're gonna get my money, so fuck you, Square Enix, for this. But thanks at the same time, you cunts. You heard that here first.
let's do one more thing. Will you have to buy all episodes? So we just spelled that wrong. 7 remake.
Makes me think of because look what Halo's been doing.
It is a trilogy.
Halo did their, they did some remakes, but only one was a rebuy the whole thing. Then they just came out with the Master Chief Collection, where they've been doing those updates to all those games, and then just including this with anything that you got with the Master Chief Collection. So they've been re-releasing updated versions of these games, and it's all just part of that same package you already bought. So that's pretty extreme.
Yeah,
I think
so
you're gonna buy
pretty
the
much
game
what
every
we
time.
said. Yeah, but pretty much what we said is the consensus that we don't know.
Yeah.
They may not know. Square Enix may not know.
They may not have decided yet.
So we do have till April 10th or 20th or something like that, till hopefully that information will become public or announced or whatever, so we know. So we do know. But let me get this music off. So we'll see, but it looks like it could potentially be.
It could be expensive to pre-play.
It could be, yeah, it could be expensive.
It could.
Now,
cost you some
if
pennies.
it can provide, I don't know. How many hours would it have to provide to not finish the game and you be like, okay, I'm comfortable with
It's
buying
not
another one?
enough.
Right.
It's
You know
really
what I mean?
not
Right.
enough.
There's not it couldn't even be 100-hour game
Yeah. It's
and
just-
not give you the end, right? You
Yeah.
won't deliver you a finalizing moment of it.
Hey,
And you could
okay.
play for 100 hours, you don't get a finalizing moment, but have we played games like that before where we thought we got a finalizing moment only to be released another one? Destiny, Division,
But
where we
no,
end up paying $60, but it's
no.
3 years later. What if they don't make the next episode for 3 years?
Well, this is the thing.
I don't think
It's
they
like
don't.
I'm just saying.
I can
I'm just
see- I
saying
can
we
see
got to
this-
look at the options. I'm not. I don't think that that's smart either.
I remember the game being huge, so 2 parts I could fuck.
It's a
with.
trilogy.
See, that's just
But
just too much.
That
dog.
is
You're fucking your
$180
fans.
bucks
You just bought.
just to replay it, all of Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
yeah.
VII.
Come on,
Granted,
dog,
yes,
you
they
just-
added new things.
And how are they
On top
doing
of the
a
story.
digital deluxe when they're like, oh, digital deluxe, Final Fantasy VII remake Part 2, digital deluxe,
quarter game. Like,
Here's
Final
the thing.
Fantasy
that $20
VII
more
remake Part
gets
3,
you-
digital deluxe. Like, what the fuck? That can't be real.
that extra $20 gets you a digital art book, a digital soundtrack,
But for
and 2
one
characters.
episode
and 2 characters.
that you can use throughout the entire game. How does that work?
well,
This is
not until
disappointing,
you
bro.
unlock the ability to
I
summon.
know, right?
material,
Which is
so-
partly through this game.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh man,
That-
that
Honestly,
really
this is-
makes
yeah.
it confusing. Actually,
this is a.
we should write them and be like, "Yeah, what's up, dude? What's up, doggy?
How Yeah, how do you plan on continuing this, and do you really expect $180 just to play them all?
Yeah, that is fucked up, dog. It's a
'Cause-
trilogy, so they're fucking you, dog. Like
We don't know that, Rock. Calm down. Calm down. See, Rock takes his cash flow very serious. You can see he's already offended.
Like what the fuck?
He's
dog?
already offended, and it's not even a reality yet. We don't know. We're speculating. This is all speculation.
It's a 3-part game.
But it didn't. There's nothing saying that you'd have to pay for 3 parts.
That's where it's just there's nothing saying anything about.
That's
And
the
so
problem.
we're speculating the range that can cover, and
Rocky's getting upset and
but
offended.
that's scary. It's a
It's
scary place to
offensive.
be left in. It is a very awkward place to be left in.
Yeah.
Of like, once I already commit to playing through all of Final Fantasy VII Part 1,
I agree.
and then find out that I'm gonna have to spend another $120 to finish the game, that's a scary place to fucking be. That I mean, like, I'm thinking of games that I've spent in this camp of money on for digital content, like Destiny. But Destiny, $180 is 3 years of continuous.
Yeah. 3
Content.
years of literally play it how you want to play, where this
Yeah.
game doesn't really kind of breach into that.
Exactly.
Right? So
So I don't.
This
know
is
if
this is a hard press.
Yeah.
This is a hard pressed game genre to ask that type of money. Some RPGs, people are hard pressed on the $60 just to begin with because they're like, how long? Like that's the number one question asked, and I see how they address that. But that's the number one question asked for a complete game in one offering. How many hours am I going to get out of it? If they're like, oh hey, no end game and it's fucking 12 hours or 15 hours, you're like, yeah, Outer Worlds, you know. But what did Outer Worlds do? It went free for half the market on Game Pass for Xbox players, and if that goes to you as well, if you're on PC, Xbox Game Pass.
And Outer
So-
Worlds has enough.
So it
different
was
story
$60
paths.
for some people, right?
Yeah.
Right. We're not
So,
going to get
like,
into all
the
that, but I'm just saying,
replayability.
like,
Yeah.
we've seen this before, where it's not so favorable in that genre. Interesting. However, this is another thing. We asked this question last week, and I don't think we answered it. But is Final Fantasy VII Remake going to be PlayStation exclusive? And that seems like it's going to be true, but only for 1 year.
Mm.
And then after 1 year, it goes to presumably consoles, Switch, maybe, Xbox for sure.
Other question.
Uh,
You get what happens if you picked
PC.
30 minutes for that fucking bomb? Do you
Yeah,
just
right?
get more time, or does something else happen?
they're like, we're just gonna make them feel important right now.
I mean, shit. I finished it with 13 minutes. It was when I ran through the elevator, and it was like 4, 3, 2. So, what does 30 minutes do in that weird ass decision that doesn't make any sense in a lot of ways?
It really doesn't, but demos don't make sense sometimes. That's fine.
Right.
That's fine. I don't know. I'm blown away. I love it. I think regardless, they're going to
this game out
capture.
of you.
They're going to capture a large
Mhm.
audience because people that like this game are not fair weather fans. They are diehard fans that continue to actually play the original still to this day on their original systems with original save files, all that type of stuff. And that's not just for this one. That's for several Final Fantasy games. So I hope they don't go with, multiple payments of $60 for 3 installments. But I can see a lot of people doing that because this is like not going to happen.
And the fact
Again,
that they haven't
and
answered
they're doing
this so
it,
far,
you know,
the
like-
fact that the other two parts aren't
scary.
tied to this game
Yeah.
in any of its
And they're
stuff
actually
that the
still
game's actually
currently
showing,
being developed.
that
not finished.
tells that to me leans towards they're definitely charging more for these things.
Right.
Now, let me ask you: do you think if it was another $60 for both parts 2 and 3, would that be?
You know what? I might
does
have
that
to just
seem-
I might just have to wait.
See, I think they'll
You know what
they'll
I
do
mean?
it as
And
more
see
of
what
like
happens.
a
Or
within
just play the
Final
demo
Fantasy.
forever. You know?
But I guess that's where I feel like I
Get
mean
an
I'm
offline
guessing
version of the
here,
demo.
but I would assume to some degree like maybe what they're gonna do is
already
parts
kn-
2 and 3 are gonna be treated more like expansions, so it'll be
Already know
marketed
what's
through
about
the
to
Final
fucking
Fantasy
happen.
remake.
And
And
lower
so then
dollar amount.
It'll exactly. So it'd be like $40 for the rest of it, or something
Right.
like a season pass or an
Right.
expansion.
But then when the fucking PS5
And then maybe the total
comes
only
out,
comes out to $100.
when
And
the
then
PS5
that's fair.
comes out,
And
it's
that's a
just gonna drop.
justifiable
That's
place
fair.
to find
That's
yourself,
fair.
even if it's
And let's say it's 60 hours for the first game, you know, and then the next ones are like 10 or 15.
It's more just adding
respectively.
story that is the story, and then everything else outside of that.
And
in
it
the
turns
world
out
is,
to be $100 game.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's a
That's
that's
not
a
bad.
and that's a
Honestly, I'll
realistic
pay
route that
$100
makes a lot of
max.
sense.
I'll pay $100
But
max. I won't pay.
That's
for
it.
that.
See, that's the line I'm trying to figure out: is what is too much for this, because this is a very unique.
I genuinely
package.
feel like that the PS5 is going to be.
But let's talk about it. These games came out for $40 and had 4 discs.
Yeah.
There you go.
We didn't have to pay for the extra disc. It was still just the standard price, standard offering, standard price. That was the game. But it was so fucking big, it had 4 discs.
And that was all 3 parts.
It actually, the Final Fantasy VII had 3 discs. Final Fantasy VIII had 4 discs.
Was that each? But is that 3 discs? Was all 3 parts?
No, there's
Or
no
were
part.
those
There's
were,
not
like,
a part. It's not
sold later?
necessarily a part. It's not necessarily a part. They didn't call it a part. It was just a continuation of it. They didn't separate it in any way. Like you literally just went to a save point, and they're like swapped the disc. Yeah.
I guess what I mean was like how so this whole experience, this part 1,
Yeah.
would only be disc 1.
I don't know, but from what it seems like, to make it a standalone game, no. Part 1 was like, you might have done part 1 for like 5 or 6 hours,
Okay.
and then disc 2 was much longer because the battles got crazier, and there was a lot more stuff to do that you could do.
Yeah.
And then 3, you just stayed on 3, right? You just stayed on 3 because you had your save file. You could access any portions of the world. It just needed to continue the story on. So like you could like, you know, have that in-game file, and then you just don't do the last boss fight and go do anything you want in the world on disc 3. So really weird how that makes it into a trilogy. Maybe that's what they did. But it
Sounds
seems
more
like,
like
the
the
discs
Hobbit
were
route.
short. The discs were short. It feels like discs were shorter, but I guess the same amount of information was on them. It was just how much time you spent because you were able to do more.
But it was treated as one game.
Treated as one game completely.
So it seems like this is they're doing the Hobbit to it, like
Right.
how Hobbit became 3 movies, even though
Right.
it's one fucking book.
Right.
That's kind of what they're doing here.
Seems like it. But who knows?
we have to
Maybe
wait. You're
maybe
right.
they're like, hey, you got 3 discs and we only charge you for 1 game then. Why would we do that now? You guys are silly.
So
Maybe they do that. And be
it's
like,
it's the lack of information is the only
Yes.
reason we have concerns.
and that's why we
but
must speculate.
it is, yes, they are only speculations. But
Because we don't know.
I'd say that wraps it up for Final Fantasy on you. Coming out.
Hell yeah.
What
That
day
was
again?
exciting.
Full game. 4/10.
April
10th.
10th.
Yep.
It says here
Yeah,
on
it
our
says it
thing.
right
Yeah,
there.
it says right here on multiple screens. We're just not paying attention. Not great. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for us today.
Maybe we'll
A
play
lot
Doom
of new
next week.
stuff. I mean, really,
Yeah.
really, that's just telling us right now
And
we're on the cusp where this shit is just about to explode.
March
Literally,
and April are big months.
literally every month, pretty much here until the end of the year, we are going to have some sort of new game that's worth like mention worthy, like definitely even like you might have to pick it up and or put a note on it and say, hey, buy this when it goes on sale, because I already have so many fucking dope games right now that I'm not going to be able to play them all. You're gonna have to do that. I think like the last 3 out of like 4 years have been like that, and this is also a next gen year, so expect the late of this year and the beginning of our next year to be fucking crazy, whereas the beginning of this year wasn't so crazy.
And
So-
some games are worth thinking about holding off till you get it on the new system.
Yeah,
Some
but
games
clearly
are
on the
worth that
Xbox, you don't have to worry about that.
As much.
they-
We don't
and
know
they-
what games yet.
We don't know
except
what games,
for
but
Cyberpunk,
it seems like the ones that are smart are going to follow suit because one of the biggest games, biggest announcements is following suit. So if you want to just already fucking pigeonhole yourself, then you could go against the grain. But if you want to fucking broaden yourself to a large audience of people that are going to appreciate something like that, then those developers would probably be smart to just be like, fuck it. Xbox is behind this. You know, maybe we could look at our place. Maybe PlayStation doesn't do this, and then you still get those double sales on PlayStation side. So
And we
hey,
shall
look
see.
at it the fucking bright
we
side.
ain't even in the real spring yet, so
We're not.
like we got time until we have all the major events of this year for releases. I mean, we still got a few months just before we get E3, so
Right, correct.
there's a lot coming. There's a lot of opportunities for where a lot of this information is going to spill out. We're probably going to get some big releases around E3 time, and we'll all know a lot more of what's happening with these new consoles.
Right.
In the short, we got coming up in this month, we got Neo 2, we got Animal Crossing, we got Doom Eternal. Those are some big releases this month. got-
The sound effects for.
Yeah, we don't have a sound guy, so we got sound effects now. No, but Sam's right. We do have a couple games that are on our radar, and I'm sure a lot of people are headlining. So those are what we're going to be looking into. Probably what you're going to be seeing us play and talk about here on the the podcast or the YouTube channel or Twitch channel, whatever way you're tuning in with us.
Definitely not Instagram.
That's our few. Well, it has to go up on these ones, so like it doesn't have to go up on Instagram, so it's definitely lacking. But yeah, that's probably what we're going to be talking about in the next couple weeks. What is that exactly? That's only going to be, so that is going to be the 10th, which Neo comes out.
Neo comes out on the 13th.
The 13th. So the Friday. So the Friday of that. So then on that following Monday, we'll talk about that. So next Monday, what we'll try to talk about and get into is
maybe Doom.
the Division.
Division.
We're talking
Division
what we're
released
talking
today?
about. Yeah, so we'll talk about the Division, Warlords of New York. You'll probably get some gameplay. I double checked Doom, made sure it worked, so it's working on this system now.
Dope.
So we'll be able to play that. So we'll probably talk Division, play Doom, and then get ready for the weeks to come. And we'll probably like get a schedule laid out for you, like Neo, and then Doom Eternal. And then so on and so forth from there, which would lead into April, which we'll get the remake. So it looks like we're going to have a nice schedule kind of laid out for us where we don't have to like revisit old shit or, play something the entire show to have like content to talk about. We'll actually have new shit going on, new games to review, and a bunch of just shit that kind of is just going to flow naturally from us because it's that time of the year where we get, what the type of shit we like is just every week something to talk about that's new, that's worthy, not just like Neo 2 is going to be big because Neo 2 is going to be, it is just a second, it's a sequel, but they made so many changes to that game, even while Neo.
You're not playing him. You're playing
like
a character
while
you
Neo
create
was
now.
out though, but the game itself, Neo, was out for so long and did so well that they made changes to it that enriched it while it was. Like For Honor was
that's
like
wild.
that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where like people are like, "Oh man, this is it," and they're like, "No, it's been 2 years later, and we're still giving you shit." You know what I mean? And like Neo was like that. So like now
Good to hear.
you're kind of getting that refined version in its new installment where like
For Honor's
they're
getting
doing it
raw
right.
now too.
It hasn't. For Honor is a whole nother story where people were like, "Oh, like what is this? What are we gonna do here?" And it's like, dude, there's still release dates for like 3 years later for that fucking game that like are like
More
dope ass new characters,
more
Yeah,
weapon
exactly.
types,
Exactly.
more. They could release like a whole other faction more than
right,
a year in.
exactly,
Yeah.
right. So there's going to be a lot of stuff for us to get into, and that's what we're looking into. So be on the lookout for that. Also, check in with us on our social medias. We are not that active on our Instagram. We're trying to change that, but check us out, @theplug_gaming. And then also, all of our shows and episodes go live on iTunes and Spotify and that's the Plug Gaming. On both of those channels, we are there. The shit gets uploaded like the day after, so every Tuesday we got a new podcast on the iTunes podcast app or Spotify, and I'm pretty sure any other podcast. What do they call them?
Services,
Libraries.
streaming,
Yeah,
All
whatever.
platforms.
applications.
Podcast platforms.
There we go.
We're there. Check us out, or you can continue to check us out on YouTube and our Twitch channel, which we go live weekly because we do it live. That's like the Plug Gaming. It's the Plug Gaming. We do it live.
Motherfuckers.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we out. We'll see y'all next week with Doom, The Division, Warlords of New York, and our general antics and shit talking.
Bingo.
Rocky, you want to?
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Okay, you got real with it. All right, we out. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Rest in peace to everybody that's ever lost their life, because that's important.
I'm gonna fuck your mom. Peace.
Okay, there it was. We out.